Hi, I'm Shelley Purchase, the Assistant Sales Manager at Lifetime Athletic Ajax. Become a member today and participate in the fun of Ultimate Hoops.
Welcome, Ultimate Hoops Nation. My name is Clive Daniel.
And I'm Rovonn Russell.
And we're into week 2 of our Ultimate Hoops Men's League out here in Ajax, Ontario. We had a great week 1 with our 8 teams, great matchups, high energy. There is, all different types of games that actually happen during our week 1, from double overtime to close games to surprise teams. So we're just going to go through the multiple of things that we went through for the week and, bring you into our world.
So the first game was the Rainman versus the Monstars. It went differently than what we thought, actually.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We thought the Rainman were going to come out killing, but they had a really slow start.
Yeah, they were actually down by 30 in the first half. So we were quite surprised. Didn't really know about the chemistry for that team, but they were trying to find a way to, work together. So even like in the second half, they got it actually down to 2 points.
Really close.
Yeah, definitely, they worked hard. So Peter was the big surprise for the Rainman. What do you think about it, Rovonn?
Yeah, he really decided to step it up. I saw they had a really intense halftime little timeout, and they came out banging. Brian was a real motivator. And Peter, I think he scored about 17 of his total 24 points that second half, and he finished with 11 rebounds. So him, with the help of Brian James, facilitating the team, getting assists, and then everyone else playing their role, they caught up, and they almost got it.
Yeah, they almost got it, but the other team, the Monstars, had a big-time player on their team, which kind of sealed the deal. And I'm talking about De La Cruz. He had a big game, 31 points. He was lights out from the three-pointer.
Definitely.
He was the one that actually stopped the charge when it came to the Rainman on their run.
Yeah.
He came down and hit 2 big threes back-to-back, which kind of sealed the deal for them. The Monstars definitely is a team now that we have to look at to be one of the teams that are reckoned with to actually win this whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. They also had a lot more rebounds than the Rainmen. Kevin Allen had about 12 himself. De La Cruz still contributed with 6 rebounds. And then, Chris, Elizin, and all the other guys, they really hustled and made sure that they sealed that game now. Yeah,
they played definitely well as a team. So for that game, it was the Monstars 68 and the Rainman 58.
Big first game, De La Cruz. Way to go, came close. Actually, the team was up by 20. They came back down by 2, and then you came back and hit those 2 big threes. How did you feel about the game?
It was a great game.
First win of the season.
Came back. That's my first win of the season. I'm happy to have it with my team.
Yeah.
Came to play.
All right, great job to the Monstars. First game, great close game. Thanks.
Okay, and in our second matchup, we had the Spartans against the Storm. This was a close battle game. The teams were pretty much even along the way. Both teams actually worked together as a team, which made it very competitive. You had King David for the Spartans, who had a pretty good game. He had 13 points. The surprise player actually for that team was Terrell Atkins, who had 22 points.
Yeah, he didn't come to the draft. He was a free agent that got put on the team, and then he just lights out. Shot pretty well from 3. He has 80%.
Yeah, 80%. Wow.
And then field goal about 45%. So he did pretty good in terms of keeping them in the game.
Yeah, that's going to be. They have a strong backcourt, kind of a little bit weak in the front court, but it's things that they're going to work on together and play better as the season goes on. There definitely would be a challenge. With the Storm, we had 2 players that kind of stuck out on that team. And it was Troy Tingling, the all-purpose man, I would call him, doing a bit of everything from coaching to rebounding to scoring to leading his team. He was a focal point for the team that actually rallied them and helped them, come with the victory.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they did really play pretty well. Dominic, he's a real hustle player. He got down and dirty, got inside, he finished with 16 points, so he contributed pretty well. So then him with Troy, they really helped, seal the deal for the game. and they also had other players that played their role as well.
Yeah, so really an all team effort with those teams there. The Storm ended up winning the game 52-40 against the Spartans.
Gameplay from Dominic as well. How do you feel you guys did, and looking into the future for this league?
There's definitely room for improvement, but the chemistry for first game wasn't bad at all. The effort wasn't lacking at all. We gave it our best, and we were following this guy. He was our leader on the defensive end, offensive end, rebounding, steals, hustle points. So I give him all the credit.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Well, great job. Thanks for coming out. Next week it should be a good matchup. All right, thanks a lot.
The third game of the night was really a close and tight one, actually. I say the game of the night, or the game of the week, really, between the North and the Six. We had a close battle along the way. You had the North, who had the veteran backcourt of Stevie Young and Garth Newby against the big man in the middle for the Six, Rovonn Kirk, who ended up with a double-double, 14 points, 16 rebounds.
Fantastic. He's a fantastic big man. He really knows how to get places. He really fights for boards, real competitive, real aggressive. Then also him with Anthony Arispan, they really make a good team in terms of pick and rolls. If they clash down the middle to cover Rovonn, he kicks it back out to Anthony for three. So they did pretty well together.
Yeah, they had that inside-outside going on. And for the North, like I said, this game came down to actually double overtime, which the gym was going crazy about, seeing that these two teams go ahead and battle. And it was the veteran guards, like I said, Stevie Young and Garth Newby. Garth really had control of the game along the way. It didn't rattle him as the score being close. He had the team under control, made a big bucket, a couple times made a big pass to Stevie to get the go-ahead bucket in the second overtime, which it was a thriller along the way. So, the North, they pulled it off, a strong team in terms of what it is they can do. And, the top scorer for the team was actually Singh, who ended up with 17 points. A small guard, but he was doing his thing. Actually, quite surprised me in terms of the talent level that he has.
Yeah, he did. He scored that much without any three-pointers. He just got to the lane, goes to take control, 2-pointers when he saw that there's too much traffic in the lane. He didn't want to take a three, but he just took easy twos, and he made it happen, right? Finished out with 17 points, and then also contributed with 7 rebounds. So they did pretty good.
Yeah, great game there. The North ended up winning the game 51-48. So we'll see how these two teams do next week in their next battle.
Did a wonderful job getting those big buckets and the leadership and control of Garth. How do you guys feel after that tough overtime win?
We feel good. I felt like we came in as some underdogs.
Yeah.
As soon as I looked on the teams, when you sent us the email, I looked at my team and I was like, I don't know anybody.
Right.
So right there, I said that's going to be an obstacle. But we came in, we gelled, we played good hard D.
Yeah.
We figured it out. We got W. So
Great. It's great leadership, definitely.
For our last game of the night, it was the Jacks against the Moose. The Moose was the fan favorite going into this matchup. Very powerful team. In the beginning of this game, it was very close scoring. First half it actually ended 14-12. How do you think the game went, and your opinion about it?
It was real. It was a real competitive game. There's a lot of motion going around in terms of. There's a couple things with the ref. A couple things with the some players on both teams. The big men. They had a lot of fight down there.
Yeah, a lot of talking going on back and forth.
It's part of the game, right? So.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Jacks, they did pretty well. Ted Falcon hit some good threes. He helped control this team to keep them in it for most of the game. They also had Andrew Clark that played pretty aggressive. He should have done better than he did.
Yeah, I expect a big game next time for him.
I expect a really big game from him. He needs to really step it up. He didn't really step it up. From what he's capable of, they should have been a lot closer, maybe even beat the Moose. In terms of the Moose, their big contributor was Justin Wilshire. He had 18 points, 15 rebounds, and then also if you're gonna give griminess a stat, he got that too, because he was really aggressive and really bringing the energy up for his team.
Yeah, very talkative, outspoken, thriving the team on, giving them that energy to keep it going and make it happen, actually a real fun guy to look at and play when it comes to this league. You're going to hear some exciting things about Justin along the way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then you can't forget their point guard, Adam.
Yeah.
Adam Ali, that really helped control, get the bucket down to Justin if he didn't get it himself. And then also you had Sienna Walker that hit some key shots, a couple twos and a three. So with all those combined, they finished off the game pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. So, for the Moose as well, it was quite surprising. I thought that they would have scored a lot more actually and, really dominate. But like I said, this league right now, it looks pretty tough in terms of who's going to win or who's going to lose. We're not quite sure. From week to week, it's probably going to be a new surprise that actually comes out, especially once the teams get more acclimated with one another, as well as the chemistry builds between the teammates. We're going to see some different outcomes and turnouts week to week right now. But overall, it was a great 4 games. With the game between the Moose and the Jacks, the Moose ended up winning the game 41-31, which was a pretty good game for the night.
Finished playing their first game, winning it by 10 points. It was a tough physical game, but you guys came through with it. I think you ended up with a double-double. Yeah.
They should have let her play from the start.
Well, we got to think safety first, but definitely, a great shooter. Yeah, great shooter. So in terms of you guys with the first game, how do you feel about it and how it's going to go for the rest of the season?
Moose gang. Moose gang, bang, bang. Moose gang. Moose gang, bang, bang.
It's gonna go good.
Okay.
Moose gang, bang, bang.
All right, thanks. That's the Moose coming at you. Watch out, tough team.
All right, week 2's coming up. We're going to have some great matchups. We're going to have the Spartans against the Six at 7 p.m. Tuesday, January 26th. Also, we're going to have Rainman versus the Jacks at 8 p.m.
They're going to have the Storm against the Moose at 9 p.m. And then also the Monstars versus the North at 10 p.m. It actually happened in the schedule that the teams that won last week are playing each other, and then the teams that lost are playing against each other. So there can be a little mixed matches with the standings.
Oh yeah, definitely. You're gonna have some guys that can be 500. Some people will still be undefeated. So it'll be a good mixture and balance of teams going forward and next week, and we'll see definitely who's gonna be starting to stand out a bit more than the others.
Yeah.
In terms of players for next week, I think you're going to have consistency of some big time players.
Yeah.
Watch out for the Rainman though. They're going to be a great team. Especially I predict Jalen Daniel once again. He's going to have a breakout game.
Yeah.
For sure. You're going to have your regular Dela Cruz.
Yeah.
Can he go for 30 again? He averaging 30 for the league.
In the gym. He's prepared.
Oh yeah.
He's getting prepared to just do it again. So.
Definitely working out, and also Peter as well.
He's someone in the gym too. Yeah.
He's trying to take that scoring title. He has his game face on, ready to go. And you have the Moose that they're going to be doing their thing. So
yeah, they're talking about having their practices on Saturday and everything.
Okay,
like that.
All right. So they're taking it to the next level.
Plays and everything. So they're pretty serious. I saw Sienna conversating with Justin and figuring out what day they're going to do that. So
okay,
they're ready to.
All right, great. So definitely this league is looking to pick up by week 2. So we'll see what's going to happen and where we go next with it. But continue to watch our Ultimate Hoops Nation in Toronto, Ajax, Ontario. We're going to have some great highlights, mixtapes, some great things that's going to be coming towards you guys that you'll be able to view and see what's going on in Ajax. Definitely. So stay tuned and keep watching.
Yep. Then don't forget to follow our Twitter and Instagram. We always put our little snippets of interviews and pictures and updates, highlights, everything like that. So make sure you're following those as well.
All right, great. Well, I'm Clive Daniel.
And I'm Rovonn Russell.
And this is Ultimate Hoops Nation, Toronto.
See you.